The interview. It's that time again in America, with the elections drawing near, and the candidates are touring this country telling us things that they think we wish to hear. Now, I'm not a Republican or Democrat, but between them, there's really not much choice. I just want the American people to elect a president who will hear everybody's voice. So if I were to elect a president, here's the first thing I would do. I'd see each candidate one by one, and I'd conduct a real tough interview. Now, during this long interview, lots of questions I would ask, but I'd really want to make certain that any of the candidates were worthy of the task. For most of what I hear from them, I don't believe it's true. But if you're ready, Mr. Candidate, then let's begin this interview. Do you have the honesty, the integrity, the courage and wisdom too? For this is not an easy job America's asking you to do. Now, I don't want any vague answers. It's the truth I wish to know. But if you're lacking in any of these great qualities, you might as well just get up and go. But we really need to be careful with the next president that we choose. We want a president who will treat this country's wishes with respect. We want a president whose power they won't abuse. We want a president who will admit to their mistakes whenever they are wrong. So if the truth is not your strong point in the White House, you really don't belong. So will you, as our next new president, end this awful war over in Iraq? Will you get together with Congress and revise the so-called Patriot Act? Will you make sure that we have health care for every patient in a hospital bed? Will you get rid of homelessness and unemployment and make sure every child is fed? Will you have stricter control on imports from China and Japan? Will you try to get a dialogue going with Syria, Jordan and Iran? Will you try to solve our differences with every other sovereign nation? Will you promise you will never start a war without any provocation? Will you get rid of the corruption in the White House and in the justice system too? Will you pardon both these innocent border guards whose only crime was doing the job that we paid them to do? Will you safeguard their social security, things like education? Will you try to find an answer to this problem of illegal immigration? Now, if you think I'm asking way too much, I want you to understand that we really need a president who will keep in touch with the wishes of the people of this great land. Now, I only have one final question before I end this interview. Tell me, Mr. Candidate, will this job as our next new president be just too tough for you to do?